If Jesus had the courage as a rabbi to eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners, it was simply because Jesus, as a man, he was identified with us in our struggles, in our pain, in our brokenness, in our limitations. Jesus understands where we are coming from. He understands what it means to be tempted because he himself has gone through temptation. But some of us might say, but because Jesus is the Son of God, and even if he was the Son of Man, he was sinless, and therefore he had less struggles with sin. This is not true at all. In fact, Jesus and Mary, although sinless, they were tempted even more strongly by the devil than us all. To be sinners does not mean to say they are not freed from temptation. As human beings, we are all tempted. No one can be exempted from the temptations of the evil one. And even when Jesus was tempted, he was without sin. To be without sin simply means that Mary and Jesus, they were freed from the effects of original sin, dullness of the mind, disorientation of the will. But they were actually tempted even more than us. When the devil tempts us, he doesn't need much strength. He doesn't need much time. When the devil comes to tempt us, we surrender quickly. We surrender all. We don't even bother to resist temptation. We don't fight against temptation. We are too happy to succumb. But for those people who are holy, like Mary and Jesus, the devil has to work even harder to tempt them. And that is why holy people go through tremendous temptations, more than the ordinary person, because the devil wants to make them fall. The devil will have great pleasure to see a holy man fall than to see an ordinary person. After all, they are weak. That is why the devil wants to pull down priests, religious, bishops, cardinals, whoever they are, holy people like you. The holier you are, the greater temptations you will face. But what is most significant is that Jesus, because he shares in our temptations, Jesus is ever ready to forgive us when we sin. Jesus does not condemn us because he knows how difficult it is to struggle against the temptations of the evil one. He himself has been tempted. He knows what it means to be in hunger. He knows what it means to be rejected, to be unjustly condemned, not to retaliate. He knows all this. And that is why we should turn to Jesus, our throne of grace and mercy, when we fall into temptations. Only those who can turn to Jesus, the Lord can heal. Otherwise, the Lord cannot heal us. If we think that we are very holy, if we think that we have no sins, if we are always passing judgment on others, if we are always condemning others, certainly we are like the scribes and the Pharisees. Let us turn to the Word of God. When we read through the Word of God, we realize that all our sinful disposition will be exposed. Only then we can turn to the Lord to ask for mercy and forgiveness. And when we know that we are sinful, we will always be compassionate with fellow sinners.